Hello my friends, this is Chris with The Truth in Diabetes. So today I'm going to talk about something, some of it pertains to diabetes, and some of this stuff just pertains, learn to speak and try making a video sometime. Okay, here we go, take two. Anyway, talking about regrets and how some of these things pertain to diabetes, some of them just pertain to regular old life. And so I'm going to talk a little bit today about how to live your life and minimize regret. So I found an article, trying to think of who this comes from. I get this email all the time. I'll see if I can find a link and include it with this, but it's something like Everyday Living. They send me stuff, everything from relationships to health to intimacy, so on, so on, and so on. But they had a really good article just on the top 10 regrets in life, and I thought I'd share that with you. Number one, most regretted thing, romantic regrets. So think about that. If you're involved in a relationship with someone, chances are there's some things that you might regret. I'm going to tell you about one of my own. This Saturday just happens to be my anniversary, but also happens to be an annual event for the Shriners that we plan on every year. And in my head, all year long, I've been planning on this event for the Shriners. Well, again, it's also my anniversary, and just completely spaced the fact that, yeah, August 20th, my anniversary. So think about your relationship. Are there things about that relationship that you'd change if you can? There's certain things you'd do differently if you could. Well, good news is it's not too late. You know, the biggest thing in relationships is I find if you give your relationship everything you can give your relationship, you're going to minimize regrets later. So don't think about all the things you'd like to do and then never do a damn thing. Take action in your relationships. Okay, my next point, family feuds. It's a good one. I'll tell you, I am the youngest of 7 kids. I have 3 older brothers, 3 older sisters, and then there's me. I am actively in touch with one of my siblings. The other ones, I have a couple of them I have casual contact with. The other ones I have virtually no contact with. So, you know, I've come to a place that I feel like, you know, gee, there's some of these people I'd really like to have relationships with. And you know what? Just like I've said before, the only thing we're guaranteed in this life is the fact that we're not getting out of it alive. So take the time to look at that. Are things at where they want to be with your family? Because, you know, don't take for granted the fact that they're always going to be there, because they won't. So if you've got stuff to work on there, take a look at your relationships with family members again. Because, I mean, someday when you're winding it down, wouldn't you rather spend your time, your twilight years of life reflecting on how much you enjoyed it versus how much you didn't do? Just a thought. Next one, education. There's another one. I'm going to just lay out all my things here. I started college in 1994, and I worked on college till 2003. Quit going. 10 years went by. Well, comes out that after 10 years outside of college, your credits aren't good anymore. So I decided to re-enroll and basically start at square one. So that's something that I'm working through right now. Not so much that I care about having a degree as much I'm proving to myself that I can do what I want to accomplish. That's why I'm there. But think about that. If you're in school now, you haven't finished college, take the time to be the best student you can possibly be. Even if you have no intentions of continuing once you're out of high school, make the most of the time that you have. Take advantage of the opportunity. Education is just that. It's an opportunity. The next one, jobs. I don't even want to talk about this. You know, chances are you're not happy in the job, or you feel like you could accomplish certain things at your job that you haven't. Do something about it. If you feel like you have greater things for you out there, go for it. If you feel like all you need to do is make some tweaks where you're at and you're pleased as punch, go for it. But again, today's post is about going for it. Living your life without the regret. Now, at the same time, little disclaimer here, everything happens, I believe everything happens as it's supposed to, but you know what, there is something to be said for doing as much as you can while you can, so that someday, again, you can look back and enjoy what you've created versus regretting what you didn't. Money changes everything. So financial regrets. Ever made a bad money decision? Yeah, just saying. Something else to take a look at. Parenting regrets. The mother load. You know, a friend and coach of mine, Garrett J. White, talked about how, guess what, we all screw our kids up. We just hope that we don't screw them up too much. Hate to say it, but I find that true in many senses of the word, both with my parents and in my own life. Fortunately, I don't think my parents screwed me up too much. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for not doing that. So again, if your relationship with your kids isn't where you want it, take a look at it. What would you do differently? What would you have differently? And make it happen. Making yourself sick. This one applies to us in a big way. Okay, I hit nearly 300 pounds. And now the reality of it is when I get my body in the condition that I want it to be in, I'm probably going to have a big old hangy thing of skin there that I'll have to get surgically altered to look the way I want to look. You know, and a lot of us with diabetes, you know, I've had friends that have lost eyes. I've had friends that have lost limbs. And I've seen the horrible things that can happen. And again, you think that when somebody loses an eye or a leg or something along those lines, they don't have a little bit of regret that they're dealing with? Yeah. So that's why you just take it one day at a time and take as best care of yourself as you possibly can right now. And that's probably the biggest one of these things that ties into diabetes. BFFs to frenemies. Friendship. Again, same thing. Your relationship with your friends isn't all you desire. Fix it. Losing your religion, spirituality regrets. I'm not going to talk on that one a whole lot. You know, but some people, you know, always feel like, oh, I wish I would have gone to church, or I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have had this experience. Ah, there's one. I met a Buddhist monk that was at Weber State when I was going to school there, who invited me to come to his temple and learn meditation. And at the time, I really was weirded out by that and thought that it would conflict with my current religious beliefs. Well, Buddhists have it down, in my opinion, when it comes to inner peace. They just have that stuff mastered, and I have this belief that if you master inner peace, nothing else matters. Really, you got inner peace, whatever. Anything that comes your way, no problem. So religious. You don't feel like you're at where you want to be spiritually, look into it. Civic duty, regrets, okay, you want to contribute to your community, get out there and contribute. But you know, print it off again. Number one, romantic. And I think the biggest thing that applies to us is that making ourselves sick. When we choose to let our disease run our lives versus destiny and live the life that we want to have or the life that God intended. So that's kind of my rant for today. This isn't really organized, and I apologize for that, but I thought, you know what? This is some stuff I want to share with you. Take a look. Look at your life, your relationships, your health, your finances, your work, all these things. And just take a moment and just say, hey, if I could have anything differently, what would it be? If you take the time to do that, that's the first step in making a change to have something different. Step one. Step two, plan of action. Step three, attack. Anyway, it's not quick. This is probably one of the longest videos I've ever done. Anyway, my friends, that's about all I have for you today. If you're still here, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video and listen to this madman's rant. Anyway, my friends, thank you. I care about you. Take care of yourself. Take the time to take care of your diabetes. Disease or destiny, it's your choice.